Episode 2, Dating Plus Size or Not. So, this is your girl, Jay, back with another episode. And let me start off by saying that dating in 2025 is already trash for the majority of people. But dating for a plus size person is even more so trash. Especially for me. Personally, I don't get approached by guys. When I do go out, which is rare, I'm a homebody. And I suspect also it's because of my weight. Or maybe how I feel because of my weight. I'm not a very confident girly. I look down when I walk. And I feel like maybe men can, sense that. I don't like to be this big. Hell, I don't like to be big at all. But I know there are some big girls that get approached and get men easily. I'm just not one of them. So since my breakup from last August, which I'll get into in another episode, I tried the dating apps a few months after it happened. I started on Bumble and I didn't really get many matches on there. Then I tried Hinge and I got a few matches, but one guy had kids and I quickly realized that just wasn't going to work for me because he constantly talked about them, which is understandable. Those were his pride and joy. Those are his kids, so I would never understand that until I have kids of my own. But I just knew it wasn't going to work. So I ended it before we set up a date. Another guy immediately started talking about sex. And then another one after that talked about wanting to be touchy-feely on the first date. Like he talked about touching my butt and rubbing on me and stuff like that. And I was just like, no. So I unmatched both of those guys. Needless to say, I took a break from the app after that. And then I came back on December of 2024. And that's when I matched with someone I thought was a great match. We would talk for the whole day, for several days. And then it shifted. And later I found out that he was pursuing another girl and was more into her. And I just decided to stop talking to him after that. Because I feel like he was just getting an ego boost by trying to talk to both of us at the same time. When he really was more into her. Because I asked him about it. And he was like, she checks all my boxes. And I was like, do I check all your boxes? And he never gave a response to that. So obviously I didn't check all his boxes. So from that, I was just like, I'm just going to leave it alone. Stop talking to him for a while. Or not for a while. Stop talking to him, period. So then I took another break from the app and came back in March of this year and matched with someone I thought was going to be the one. Because we had musically we had a lot in common. But beyond that, I realized we didn't really have a lot in common. After the first few dates, I realized we weren't very compatible. And I still wasn't really over my ex. There's way more to the story. But that's for another episode. So I think I'm just going to focus on myself. Bottom line. And get this weight off. Not saying that I can't find anyone at this size, but that my dating pool will go up when I am A, more appealing to societal standards, B, become more confident because of my weight loss, and C, just feel better about myself and therefore attract the right person. I can't attract a great person when I don't feel great about myself right now. This is a side note, but I cried for 2 days straight this week because of the scale going up. And I know I shouldn't weigh myself every day. And I've decided to stop doing that. But it just took a toll on my mental health. I already have issues with depression. And the scale, like for many people, determines their mood based on the number. So I'm only going to weigh myself now 2 times out of the week. Just to keep myself accountable. I don't want to go off too much. Like some people weigh themselves once a month. Or not even that. And I don't want to do that. I want to still kind of keep being consistent with weighing myself to make sure that I'm on the right track. So I'm going to stick to Tuesdays and Fridays. But I say all this to say that my mental health, when it comes to being in a relationship right now, is not the best. So I need to work on myself and get myself together before I can say that I'm truly mentally ready for a relationship again. But back to the dating thing, I'm not advocating for anyone who's overweight or obese to wait until they've lost all the weight or most of the weight to start dating. But I'm just saying, for me personally, that's when I will probably go back to seriously looking for someone. So with that being said, that's all I have to say on this. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And like, just tell me like your dating experience as a plus size girl or guy, or your experience as just if you're not, just tell me your experience with the dating scene. Thank you, everybody. Bye.